Good afternoon. Welcome to Long Live Third Parties Podcast. Free Press Media Press Inc., a third parties books publisher, sponsors this podcast. I'm Andrew Bouchard. Today I read the case Progressive Party of Oregon versus Atkins, 370P3D506, OR, Court of Appeals, 2016. Friends, today we're going to talk about progressive politics. So come along. Our friends at the Progressive Party of Oregon filed this case. This case centers around a practice the state of Oregon did for a while, where instead of putting the party names by the candidates, they put an abbreviation, such as CON for Constitution Party is one example they give. The Progressive Party didn't like that, and they wanted to change this. And they wanted to prevent it from happening again. The case didn't give any reasons for it, why they didn't like it. So we can speculate on what's wrong with it. It might cause people to be uncertain when they just see the three initials by the candidate's name. It does say in here they did have a key to this, so the candidates could be identified, but that makes it more difficult than it needs to be. It would seem easier just to place the name of the party under it, under the candidate's name. It can't waste that much space on a ballot, and it probably is an insignificant amount of paper usage. So I'm not sure why they have the law in the first place. So I can see why they would object to this. I don't know their reason for sure, but I'm seeing problems with it as I'm thinking of it. It's not something I would think of opposing, but now that I see the Progressive Party is opposing it, I can see why there's good reasons to oppose it. This case centers on the idea that the state of Oregon did repeal this law, but our friends at the Progressive Party of Oregon are afraid of it happening again, so they want the court to rule the law is to be something they can't pass again. The court says in this trial, this is hypothetical, and the court can't rule on hypothetical things, and they say there's no evidence the state is going to reenact this law, so therefore it's a moot issue. So friends, what do you think about this? Ultimately they say, quote, affirmed, end quote. Also, I want to have us ponder another issue. How do we define progressive? The Progressive Party of Oregon defines itself as progressive. Some Democrats define themselves as progressive, but our friends in the Green Party will say they're not progressive. So how do we define progressive? Do we define it as the historical definition, the definition of today? Or is there some other standard? How do we define progressive? Otherwise, let's show solidarity to the Progressive Party of Oregon for taking a stand in this case. Good job, Progressive Party of Oregon. Long live third parties. Goodbye.